Hey, third grade. All right, let's do our science. So get your science books out. Page 152. Page 152. And let's look at our terms to remember. The first term is sundial. Sundial is a tool that tells time by using, guess what? The sun. Hence sundial. So tool that tells time by using the sun is a sundial. Then constant means it stays the same. Measures of time. This is what we talked about in the verses at the beginning of our chapter as we were reading. One of the reasons God created the heavenly bodies in space is to help us measure or tell the time. We get our years, our seasons, our months, and our days from God's design for the heavenly bodies. You're going to tell me that's an accident? That it just happened? No, there's a plan for how the days and the hours and the years and the months all work so perfectly together. Our year. Do you remember how many days are in 1 year? That is about how long it takes the Earth to orbit the sun. It takes the Earth precisely 365 and a quarter, 1/4 days to orbit the sun. Okay, so we always say 365 days, and then we say a leap year 366. So it's 365 and a fourth, 365 and a fourth, 365 and a fourth, and then when we have all four of those fourths, that's one whole, then we have 366. So that's why every 4 years we have what we call the leap year. Okay. So it takes the Earth precisely 365 and a quarter days to orbit the sun. We account for the extra 1/4 day every 4 years by having a leap year. Do you remember which month gets the extra day? Some of you got it, February. February gets the extra day because February only has 28 days, but on leap year it has 29. There we go. Our seasons, so our year, 365 and a quarter days is how long the Earth takes to go around the sun. Our seasons, as the Earth orbits the sun, it is tilted on its axis. When a part of the Earth is tilted toward the sun, that part of the Earth has summer. If a part of the Earth is tilted away from the sun, that part of the Earth has winter. So where are we now? We're tilted away from the sun. The Earth's tilt is what makes the seasons. It is also the reason the equator is always hot, because no matter how the Earth is tilted, the equator always gets the same amount of sun, because it's, like we said, that big belly in the middle, and it can't hide it, so it just stays toward the sun the whole time. But it's the top and the bottom, the northern and southern hemispheres, that tilt towards and away from the sun. 1 month. So we talked about our year, 365 and a quarter days, and that's when the Earth is orbiting the sun. Then we have our seasons, which become because of the tilt of the Earth to the sun or away from the sun. Now our months. The moon's cycle we've talked about is in the sky, lasts about 1 month. In every month, you will see the different phases of the moon. Throughout history, people have been able to measure months by watching the moon. So now we have our months because of the moon and the time that the moon orbits the Earth. Now our day and night. Do you remember how the Earth is moving as it orbits the sun? It spins or rotates, remember, like a spinning top on its axis as it's going around the sun. The side of the Earth that faces the sun, guess what? That's day, while the other side has night. If we wanted to, we could tell the hour of the day by knowing the sun's position in the sky. People a very long time ago were able to tell time by using a sundial. And you look at the picture over to the side, and that's what a sundial was. It was something that was on the ground that had a specific point to it, and wherever the sun was, that's how they could tell what the time was. It was like a clock where that would move its position depending on where the sun was. We can depend on Earth and the moon to consistently move in these patterns, the same patterns. A sunrise happens every morning. Spring will always come after winter. It doesn't switch. We don't have, oh, it didn't, the sun didn't rise today. It was, stayed nighttime all the night. No, the sun rises. Whether we see it or not, that depends on the clouds of the sky. But the sun always rises. Spring always comes after winter. Winter always comes after fall. They're in their same constant state every time. These constants are a picture of God's faithfulness to us. He never changes. We can always count on God to be who he is. After the flood, God promised Noah that we would always see this picture of God's faithfulness in the world that he created. So look at Genesis 8:22. While the earth remaineth, seed time and harvest, and cold and heat, and summer and winter, and day and night shall not cease. How do we get our month? From the moon's orbit around the earth. How do we get our day and night? The earth's rotation or spinning. Very good. So during Earth's time in the universe, we will always have the seasons and all the measures of time that God has planned as long as we're here on this earth. All right, something to try. See how the Earth's rotation makes day and night. What you need is a foam ball, small wooden dowel rod, just a small wooden rod, then a sticker, friend, flashlight, paints and brushes, old newspapers, and paper towels are optional. The foam ball is going to represent Earth, so if you would like, you can use paints to decorate the foam ball ahead of time. Then put the wooden stick through it, the wooden dowel, through the foam ball. Place a sticker to show where you live on the earth, okay? And, obviously you're just making your earth. So, okay, I live here. This is where, Connecticut is. Have your friend hold the dowel rod and spin your earth between his hands. The flashlight will represent, obviously, the sun. Standing in one position, shine the flashlight at the earth. Just stay right there. Because remember, the sun is a star and stars don't move. Watch the sticker light up every time it faces the sun. Then watch as it faces away from the sun. When the part of the earth you live in is facing the sun, that's your daytime. When it's facing away from the sun, that's when it's nighttime for you. That means when it is daytime where you live, it's nighttime on the other side of the world. So we can recognize those facts. All right. Multiple choice. Circle the correct answer. Very simple. The Earth's orbit around the sun gives us our what? The Earth's orbit around the sun gives us our days and nights, our seasons, or our years. Yes, very good. Letter C, our years. Yes. Number 2, the moon's cycle in the sky helps us to measure days, months, or years. Obviously, yes, B, months. Good job. 3, the tilt of the earth toward or away from the sun gives us our days and nights, seasons, or years. Yes. B, again, seasons. We tilt toward the sun, summer. Away from the sun, winter. The tilt is seasons. Now the rotation, spin of the earth on its axis gives us our days and nights, months, or seasons. A, days and nights. Very good. That's it. That was it. That was another quick lesson, right? Pretty easy stuff. Don't forget it. I know you're going to be off for a week and you're going to be feasting yourself on turkey and you're going to be like, I'm tired. I ate too much. And you're going to be having a lot of fun. Don't forget the things that we've learned from our solar system, because we're going to come back and learn a few more things and then probably be ready for a test or quiz for sure before we go on to our next section of goodness. So please be studying those things over so you know them really, really well. All right, keep making me proud. You guys did awesome. I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving break and look forward to seeing you after the break. All right, be good. Have fun. Not too much fun though. Well, have a lot of fun. All right, bye guys.